Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Unleashed. I am one half your co-host team, Bridget Quinn. You can find me on social media, B Quinn Realtor.
And I am Regan Hildebrand, the lesser other half of your co-hosting team here. And you can find me at Realtor Regan on social media. Welcome, Bridget.
Welcome.
And we are back in the saddle.
Cue music that we can't play.
Yeah, exactly. Gosh, so limited by all of the nitpicky YouTube censors and et cetera, but we can still sometimes say a cuss word. Sometimes,
if appropriate.
But here we are, back in the saddle. Yeah, we're filming this after a long weekend.
It's been a very long weekend for everybody.
Yeah, ups and downs, and when it comes out, hopefully we'll all be a little bit more refreshed. But
we can hope.
I think the thing that I thought of this weekend, though, was just how often we have to kind of be the jack of all trades in our business.
We certainly wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, and sometimes when you have a really large noggin, those hats don't fit that well. Mm-hmm. Born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
No, maybe it's just bad genetics. I remember when I was in Little League, I had to wear the coach size ball caps because my head wouldn't fit the standard issue ball caps. Yeah, but we do wear a lot of hats.
That large brain of yours.
It's something in there. I think it's fluid. I don't think it's actual gray matter. We wear a lot of different hats in this business.
Yes, we do.
We tend to have to kind of switch roles sometimes on the fly or maintain multiple roles, right?
Constantly.
Yeah. Good examples of that, I don't know, like as a buyer's agent, where sometimes you just end up having to piece things back together in multiple
you're certainly
ways.
Like a party coordinator a lot of time. You've got to arrange this, arrange that, go get this, go get that.
Scheduling alone, right? Like when buyers come in, I think you recently had some people that you're showing multiple houses to. Mm-hmm. It may have been a short while back, but you were telling me about like they were looking in different parts of the entire region.
Yeah, it's like 45, 50-minute drive in between just to get there. So it's like you have to make sure that you're, work backwards in time. It's like math, 6th grade all over again,
Yeah.
Just to say, right, if I leave here, assuming traffic is this, I'm going to get here, we're going to have this X amount of time in this house, and then we're going to drive over here, drive back.
And God help you when it's the listings that do not allow overlapping showings and have a 30-minute maximum window.
I've seen 5 minutes recently. How can you see any sort of house, even a tiny house, in 5 minutes?
No. What's the point? That either has to be an error or somebody's just persnickety.
5 minutes.
That's your big Scrabble word of the day, persnickety. Lots of points. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Don't do that.
No, you have to be the scheduling coordinator, event planner, to your point. And then when you finally find the house for your buyers, you have to be more of that scheduling coordinator, right? You've got to
stay on top of it.
Stay on top of everything, plan out inspections, appraisal, work with the lender on that. Mm-hmm. Multiple different types of inspections if they're happening with different types of people, maybe pest, home, radon, surveyor, all this stuff. You have to get them all out there. That's definitely one of the things I learned early on in real estate is you have to have a really good calendaring system. Don't have to say it, you just have to know how to do it. To get everything on the schedule.
Yes.
And you've done that role of like
you have to be certainly the organizer.
Yeah, organizer. And you've done some of that role as transaction coordinator for other agents too in the past, so you know what it's like just to kind of have to be behind the scenes, juggling. Yeah.
Lots of balls in the air, quote unquote.
Yeah. Sorry, trying to keep this kid friendly. It's events, it's a coordination, all this stuff. You all right over there?
Yeah.
But then it moves into that whole like, or maybe it was at the beginning. Sometimes it's in the middle. Sometimes it's at the end, or sometimes it's all in there where you're negotiating with multiple parties.
Yes.
and multiple personalities. Yeah.
I've also been a gardener
Mm.
because I've mowed clients' yards, trimmed everything. I've painted for them.
Good God. You've cleaned.
And cleaned
Yeah.
multiple houses.
You ever seen the movie with Annette Bening?
Which one?
Oh gosh, where she plays the real estate agent, and it's Kevin Spacey. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it. It's gonna drive me crazy, but she plays a real estate agent in that movie, and there's a scene where she is literally scrubbing the floors before an open house, and she's psyching herself
yes. You know of you know of what I'm putting out there.
Yeah,
I had to recently
up, clean a little bathrooms and
bathrooms right before open house. That was fun.
yeah. So yeah, we and not to say that there's any like complaints about it. It's just like
No.
it's something I don't think we realized when we got into the business of real estate.
Well, they don't
like,
tell you. Sometimes you have to do things, as you say, like on the fly, or you have to flip that switch to make sure that whatever it takes, it gets done.
when we were learning about meets and bounds and townships, maybe we should have been learning a little bit more about multitasking. I think it's
what it takes to get the job done.
Precisely. I think it's the biggest failure for agents coming in unknowing about it is that it's a game that requires you to be able to code switch.
Mm-hmm.
And code switching is just that idea of going from one role to another to fit the scenario, right?
Yep. That's where it helps to be a squirrel. ADHD, like,
yeah.
To the part, I love doing that because you're never doing the same thing twice, but you can't be afraid to jump in and do those things. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I've seen some agents that they're like, oh, you know, my clients won't cut the yard. Okay, well, what's stopping you from you cutting it, or you paying somebody to do it?
Right.
It needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, it's the thing of if you're not willing to get in there and get your hands dirty, you're going to find it difficult to move into that successful tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seen a lot. I've definitely been the problem-solving agent on a transaction.
Probably even more so when you shouldn't have been.
Absolutely. Been on the wrong side of it. Wrong side meaning like I didn't have the power I needed to get things moving. I had to, work to convince the other side to do the right thing. So there's a lot of, not just negotiating, but almost arm twisting, where you're trying to say, we both want this deal done.
Mm-hmm.
So here's some ideas. Can you get your clients on board with this? So we work in a business that requires what we call arm's length transaction, which means we as agents don't talk to the other clients or the other agent's clients.
Right.
But we have to then just as agents figure it out when we
yeah,
don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
It's supposed to be a win-win for everybody.
Right.
And you'd think everybody's all on board to do what needs to be done, but
in a normal transaction, you have people that want to buy a house, people that want to sell a house, agents that want to help their buyers buy the house, and agents that want to help their sellers sell the house, so that everybody benefits.
Rainbows, unicorns, at the end of the day, gets the house done.
Yeah. So
here we are.
Yeah, it's just a lot of moving pieces where I think that we have figured out over the years that if you can wear multiple hats, if you can be everywhere all the time, all at once. How's it go?
I don't know.
Be multiple places and multiple roles and multiple meet multiple goals all at once. You'll find success.
Yes.
But the key thing is to have an agent that you feel like is going to advocate for you.
Well, it's not for the faint of heart either to be in this game, right? It's ever evolving. Things change. Things are thrown at you, and you have to adjust.
Yeah.
And pivot.
Pivot. Sometimes you're that guy just calling directions.
Yes.
Screaming at the top of your lungs, let's just get it done. It's frustrating, especially when some things are outside of your control. But you also have to be that calming force at times and not scream.
We said it before too. You have to be that duck, right? That duck on water, smooth sailing on top, kicking underneath.
Yeah, with maybe another duckling grabbing at you. It's a lot, but yeah, the key thing is to have an agent in your corner that you feel comfortable with, that you know is going to advocate for you and advocate to get things done. And I've had plenty of clients who, during the process, they had no idea how almost hair raising and hair pulling it was going to be, and it makes them a little unnerved. But by the end, they're like, well, thank you for holding it together.
Sure.
Otherwise, we may not be here either sitting in this house or having the house sold, whatever the case is. So get an agent in your corner that can advocate for you, make it a little bit better all around, and can wear multiple hats.
And look good in all sorts of hats. Cowboy hats, party hats.
And shirts, right?
Well, I've got this.
You
Well,
got
today
no,
I'm very plain.
Yeah, it's no themed Marvel or Star Wars
I
shirt,
know.
so it may be a little confusing to our. I had to pick up the slack here.
I had to look presentable, I guess, for a change today.
Presentable is that's subjective, right? Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know that I'm presentable. I'm still dehydrated and frazzled from the weekend. Say no more.
Yes, no comment.
No comments.
No
But
comments.
we're hydrating. It's okay.
Yes.
It's all right.
Well, I'm hydrating with coffee.
That works too. Anything to get you through the day. But to get us through our day, we need you to do one little favor for us, and that is to hit
That subscribe button. Ching.
and like this video for us as well. That helps so much, and it just a nice little thank you. We like the thank yous.
Subscribe is a good thank you.
It's a very good thank you. If you're already subscribed, then just like and comment. It helps out the channel, helps out us, keeps us going, and fuel for the next week.
Fuel?
So, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And as always, if you have comments, questions, and more, our contact info is down below as well. And reach out. And as I am always at Realtor Regan on social media, and you are...
Did you forget who you were?
For a little bit.
And Bridget Quinn. You can find me on social media, B Quinn Realtor. And as always, we'll catch you next time.